Mine's a lot older than yours. It's a little bit even. Alright, so I'm just sitting down with Alex Roberts, professional Xterra athlete. I just spent the last year training with Performance Advantage under myself, Will O'Connor, and I really wanted to touch base with him to see how he's found it and the differences sort of in past training programs he's had to what we do here. So what's been the major difference? I know one thing like I did initially was slow you down and put the heart rate monitor on. What was that like?
It was a huge change. I'd gone from pretty much just running around like a headless chicken to getting held back. Well, what felt like being held back. But as a result, it made me improve quite quickly from where I was to so it made life a lot better for me.
Yeah, but initially was that a hard adjustment?
Yeah, it was a bit of a period where it just didn't feel like I was where I wanted to be or where I was going.
Yeah.
But it started to show with a couple of time trials and stuff that it was what was required.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing that we do is continuous benchmark performances or time trials, and they're not necessarily big 10k runs or anything like that. It can be anything from a 200 meter swim to a 2-minute power output on the bike, and they're great reference points to seeing how both coach and athlete are working. How have you found those throughout the year? Like obviously you've got the races, but then having the training time trials as well.
Yeah, I guess it took a bit to adjust to. It was sort of a odd thing to get used to, rather than just
daunting,
racing.
right?
Yeah. Not knowing.
It's almost like another race.
Yeah.
If you consider it that way.
Yeah. So it was a little bit of adjustment period, but now it's become sort of like a challenge to see how much more I can improve each time, and it gives me a number to work from, and that's been massive, actually having figures moving forward.
Yeah, because there's showing the progress, or at least that point in time of how you are, but also showing that this is what was the focus in this training block, and this is what we improved or didn't improve, right?
Yeah.
It's been great.
Yeah, it has, and just getting those little bits, little adjustments and little gains here and there. It's not much, like over a little period, but then it starts to build and you start to progress, and that's good.
Yeah, and then so what did we say? We did like 10 races, 10 international races, 8 countries. Across the year, and there was something. So starting off, Alex sort of came across to me and said, like, I want to be a professional athlete, and one of the things I said was, well, you got to be a professional athlete. So we did the whole Pan American circuit, bar 2 early season races, and that was a big step, right?
Yeah, it was a massive launch forward compared to what I was doing, where I was racing a couple in New Zealand in the New Zealand summer, and then going across to the States and racing only a couple there, and then not really getting that benchmark or that progress. So and then just that experience from racing back to back like we did was a massive change from what I had been doing, and it was something that was really enjoyable. Good challenge.
Yeah. Because how many times did your bike not turn up?
Yeah, I lost it a couple of times, so it adds to stuff that you don't really think about, but it happens, and Instagram never shows that. But it's the true life of a professional. It's not all rainbows and butterflies. You have your ups and downs, and living like overseas in a foreign environment is a challenge, but luckily we have an awesome base in Colorado, so it makes life easier. Yeah, and
now, because that's part of what I try and work on as well, is that whole holistic approach to training and racing, right?
Yeah, it's not just swim, bike and run. It's having the ability to adapt and improve and be able to survive anywhere. So it's been awesome.
Yeah, and then so we're up for another year, another season. We've got about 8 weeks or so until we kick off another international year almost. Starting, are we Brazil first up?
No, we head to Argentina first,
Argentina.
and then to Chile the following weekend. Then we're back to Xterra New Zealand. So 3 races in a row. So it's going to be a intense start to the season.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be awesome. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, and then we're pretty much from there we push right through to October. Really, it's just a continuous flow of training blocks, short recovery stints, and then and a whole bunch of racing. And that's why this period across the New Zealand summer for the majority of endurance athletes in New Zealand is crucial time for base phase.
Yeah.
And how has that been? Because you've never really had to experience that, and having to really do the work over summer, what's that been like?
Yeah, it's been a big step up, and I really enjoyed it. Like, we've got the perfect conditions with daylight saving and nice summer weather to train in. Saves being stuck in the States in the snow. But yeah, it's been a bit of a change. Like, yeah, everything's been focused on base rather than like, I want to race some of the New Zealand races as well, but it's not the focus this year.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of building through them and making sure I'm ready to go later in the season.
Yeah, and that's something else we've sort of started working together with. Like, pretty much we have our base skeleton plan for the season, right? And that's allowed you to concentrate more on what you need to do day in, day out, having a sort of reliability of what you've got ahead.
Yeah, having that experience from last season and knowing like how hard it was racing back to back made me realise how important a base phase is and what I need to do at this period of time to be ready for the racing later in the season. And yeah, I guess just that experience, because yeah, it's good.
Sweet as. All right, well, yeah, that's just a part I wanted to show people about how we work together and what Alex and I do, and how we try and sort of help athletes not only just train but also plan their seasons and structure everything, progress their performances and physical capabilities. So that's it. You can follow Performance Vantage on Instagram, Facebook, and our website. That's pretty much it. Catch you later.